As a child, I was very quiet child, you can say, and I was born in Lahore, and I had a guts of, you can say, sketching and painting. In my graduation, I took fine arts as a subject, and I took highest marks in that in my college. I took admission in university in fine arts department. I just love to do sketching and trying to create something new. Today I'm going to show you some of my skills in fashion illustration. It is basically a watercolor. I just love watercolor. I did my master's in fine arts from College of Art and Design, PU, Lahore. I took distinction in that. My marks were really good in that. I just, you can say I was a very crazy artist who just loved to paint and draw all the time, and I feel satisfaction when I'm creating something new. Otherwise, I feel really bored. And if I don't have any sketchbook, I used to paint in my room walls. I love to work on large scale. I used to teach in different colleges and schools of Lahore. 8 years I taught fine arts as a subject. During my studies, I took interest in fashion drawing and fashion illustration. I used to teach in a fashion school. There I used to took some lessons related to fashion. As an artist, I really feel good that I used to take class of like fashion illustration and draping and pattern making, and then I took admission in a fashion school, and I learned it as a subject. Being an artist, I used to like make big sketches, like live drawings on a big scale. But in fashion drawing, you have to like distort the figure, and you have to make it, you can say, elongate. You have to make a figure with long legs, so that your design, your dress can be like seen. So I had a craze of drawing, and I had a craze of creating something new. Nowadays, I just love to stitch. My craze is converting into like embroidery. I used to merge art in like embroidery and stitching and creating something new, you can say. There was a time when I thought that art is just the painting, but for me now, after learning like fashion illustration and fashion as a subject, I just love my knowledge as an artist, and I used to use this knowledge in my, you can say, in my dressmaking, cushion making, and all the things which I can create from thread and fabric. As an illustrator, fashion illustrator, my style of working is like, you can see, it is like I love colors with bright tones. I love yellow, I love red, I love blue, purple, but I don't like messy colors like brown. Brown is nice with the combination of green, but I like fresh colors, and pastel shades has its own beauty. Being a fashion designer, I just love to work in different tones. I love to do experiments. So I'm going to like color this dummy in watercolor. You can see it. So I just one thing to remember, if you want to like do fashion dummy, you have to check the source of light. Yeah, in watercolor you have to leave the space, leave the sheet, and you can do experiments whatever you like. As I told you, I love colors. I am making a very magenta and red tones pant with a blue jacket with it, as you can see that. These are some of my drawings, fashion illustrations. You can see the style. I just love light colors, and as an artist, my fashion illustration is little bit, you can say I'm having my own style. It is like with poster colors. Yeah, being an artist, you are having a different approach, but being a fashion designer, you are having a different approach. My approach is, you can say, my own approach. I used to see as an artist, and I convert that art in my fashion in a different way. Like, you can say the dummy's eyes are closed, and I got a prize, first prize in this dress designing because of the way I designed it. I will show you one more sketch that was really liked by the judges. So basically, as an artist, I think you can create more artistic things, and your vision is far more broad. As a designer, you just see as a limited, but being an artist, you explore much more in fashion, I guess. You can create much more artistic work as a fashion designer. So I just love splashes of colors and reds and blues, and that can be seen in my work, I guess. Fashion is all about the way you carry yourself, in which you are comfortable. It doesn't mean the trends you are supposed to follow, but at least you should look reasonable whatever you are wearing. But you have to take care from head to toe. It is not about the dress you are wearing, it is about from everything, the accessories, the shoes, and you can see the detail in that. Fashion illustration is all about, you can say, the dress. Your dress should be visible. It is all about textile designing and the cuts you are doing, you are making. I used to make my own clothes nowadays, and I just love the fabric. I just love to utilize the fabric. I don't want to waste it, and my clothes are not the small one, you can say. I love long and frocks and maxis, gharara pants. I love the fabric. I love the flow of the fabric. At least fabric should be in its proper form. It should be properly visible. It should be in proper volume, you can say. And I love typography. My mostly inspiration is like, I love typography, the newspaper prints, and you can say the written form. As an artist, I used to drawing like figures, just for my own self-expression, you can say. But the watercolor style is same. It can be used anywhere. It can be used in fashion illustration. It can be used in the sketches. So I am sharing my sketchbook with you guys. My sketching is like, my fashion illustration is very much sketchy. It's not like in a proper form. I love untidy and, you can say, very sketchy kind of look. I like that. And you can say this is very rough look, rough and tough texture and style. So as an artist you can play it in a painting, but as a fashion designer you can play it in your costumes. So I just enjoy the experience. As an artist I am working on illustration, so it feels great, and you're having a margin to create so much stuff in costumes. And as you can see, I love yellow color. I love yellow shoes too. In my illustration you can see that. So fashion illustration is all about your ideas. You're not supposed to just make a costume, but you have to give some meaning in that through colors, through your cuts. And fashion is not just about the dress, it is from head to toe. So I hope you like my video. I love sketching. If you like my video, do